And a good Saturday afternoon, everyone, and we welcome you in to Long Beach, California, Long Beach City College. It is NVA Semifinal Saturday, and our first match of the day is the National Conference Championship match between the OC Stunners and the Texas Tyrants. He's Noah Chast, I'm Ira Thor, and we welcome you courtside for this one. Texas coming in just one blemish on the year. That loss to
the OC
Stunners. Earlier this season on June 23rd, of course, Texas did not have their MVP caliber candidate in Ryan Mather on the right side that day. He is back in the lineup today, and we'll see what difference that makes. The OC Stunners come in with just 2 losses on the year, looking to get back to the finals for the 4th year in a row. Noah, as they get set to take the court, your initial impressions on this match?
Well, I think it's going to be a phenomenal match between these two teams. As you mentioned, when they met for the first time, 3-0 sweep in favor of the Stunners, but no Ryan Mather. And the difference maker he is on the court cannot be understated. Arguably a league MVP. If he didn't really miss one event and have some forfeits go some other ways in other events, his numbers would be up there with Jair Santiago, leading the way through those first 3 events of the season. Him on the floor, a difference maker. But this Stunners team, they've showed us what they're made of. They're young guns, the Spencer Oliviers, the Grant Marokis, coming in and taking over matches. So it should be a tight one. Another one I'm predicting to go 5. I've been saying that really all weekend long. We never know who's going to step up when it comes down to it. But 2 teams, one with a little more playoff experience in Orange County, the Tyrants, hungry for another shot, reaching the semifinals for the 2nd year in a row, hoping to break through that barrier and get to the finals.
Yeah, last year Texas made the semifinal round. They lost to Las Vegas, and then they beat New Jersey in the 3rd place match. They're not looking for 3rd place this season. They want their first ever trip to the finals. Texas gets to the finals by knocking off Puerto Rico yesterday in 3 sets. 25-16, 25-16, and then it got interesting, 38-36. It looked like Puerto Rico would extend that to 4. Meanwhile, yesterday, the Ramblers and the Wild advance as well. They will play in our last match of the day. The OC Stunners took out their arch nemesis, New Jersey Freedom, yesterday in 4 sets. We take a look at the starting lineups. First for the OC Stunners, Spencer Olivier is on the outside, number 1. Other outside is number 6, Corey Chavers. Nick West in the middle, number 9, joined in the middle by Grant Maroki out of Long Beach State, number 28. Matt Hilling is on the right side, number 18. Ignacio Roberts, number 15. Nacho is the setter. And it'll be Wee Ding as libero wearing number 27. Meanwhile, for the Texas Tyrants, Jake Langlois, who will drop back to serve, the man of the match yesterday for actually the 2nd time this season. Number 10, he's joined on the outside by, well, it won't be Gianluca Grasso today. He's going to actually be on the bench for this one. And Austin Mautautia, number 6, will slide to the outside. Right side today, Ryan Mather, who's been nursing an injury. He's back on the right side. Setting in the initial lineup, Chris Hall, number 7. Of course, Tanner Maxwell available off the bench if needed. Jose Malero is the libero, wearing number 11. And your middles today are Vikas Lewin, number 15, and Antoine Aguilar, number 5 for Texas. As we are underway here at Long Beach City College, Haley Henderson, the 3rd member of our crew, will be joining us as this match goes on. Here's Nick West to serve. And West unleashes the ace.
West just finds that seam between Jose Libero and Jake Langlois. I think I'm just going to call him that from now on, Ira. It fits the same rhyme scheme. It's perfect.
Jose Libero?
Jose Libero, yeah. Jose Libero let this one go right through the seam between him and Jake Langlois. That's one he has to step up and take as the player in that opposite color jersey.
Looked like West straddled that line, nearly a foot fault, not called. Didn't matter as he clips the net, and we are even at 3 as Aguilar takes the court for Texas. Winner of this match takes on the winner of the San Diego Wild and the Las Vegas Ramblers. That's our 6 p.m. Pacific match. Ramblers, the defending champions, trying to become the first team in the modern era of the NVA to repeat as champions. Texas has never been to a final.
The Stunners have been to nearly every final, it seems like.
At least in the modern era, they've been to all 4. With the current roster of teams that we know and love. 4-3, OC on top. And Ryan Mather hanging in the air, able to slip that through the block to tie it at 4.
And a fantastic high ball out-of-system set by Austin Maltatia, basically going cross-court, corner to corner, giving Mather some tight room to work with, and he just pushes it through the block.
And as we mentioned, these teams played on June 23rd during the regular season. Very consistent, identical scores, 25-20, 25-20, 25-20.
Ryan Mather looking to return the favor, setting Maltatia. He can't find the kill.
And Spencer Olivier, yeah, he was our man of the match yesterday. Had really solid numbers in the win over Team Freedom, finishing with 13 kills, plus 11. Nobody else on the Stunners was in double figures in the plus-minus category. And 5-4 here is Ryan Mather. Just finished, I believe, his second year coaching with the women's program at Lafayette College. Reach out and stuff someone as Olivier tries to beat the block. Aguilard and Chris Hall with the stuff down. Ryan Mather again. Good job by Langlois to come in to take that. And Maltatia gets shut down. Combo block by Nacho and Grant Maroki. And each team now 1-1 in the blocking category as Spencer Olivier drops back to serve.
Langlois on that play, made the dig in the back row and was sort of hovering around the back line and had plenty of time to get that blocked ball, but watched it land in the court.
Libero Jose with the pass over. And the tip comes back down. Chris Hall with the solo stuff. As he was right there to anticipate what Corey Chavers was going to do. And Texas leading by 2.
And I expect, Ira, in this first set, both teams to really feel each other out a little bit. Maybe not go full swings, full balls to the wall here. Maybe put some shots and some rolls to really feel out how this defense is playing on the other side of the net.
Just missing there by Austin Maltatia, who's had a breakout season, became an all-star for the Tyrants. Here's Grant Maroki, the Long Beach State product. Of course, their head coach, Matt Prosser, if you're new to the league, one of the all-time great middles who ever played at Long Beach. 16 blocks in a match he had. As that is tooling the block, Ryan Mather. Mather did not play in that loss on June 23rd. Jake Langlois was the team leader that day with 11 kills. Clips the net, goes out of play, and side out to the Stunners for Ignacio Roberts, all-star setter, who you can make the strong case, I said yesterday, other than Matt West from the Las Vegas Ramblers, has been the best setter in the league this season.
Certainly a strong case for that argument.
Free ball for Matt Hilling with the killing.
That's not a ball you want to serve up for Hilling to put down because he'll do that 10 times out of 10.
I mean, that's hitting lines basically right there.
They call it a free ball for a reason. Free money.
8-8 here, game number 1. They go right side to Mather, and he tools the hands. And I thought that ball was going to Jake Langlois. Did such a good job as a decoy there. That faked only me out, but also saw some commitment from the Stunners.
Great run by Langlois. Great deceptive setting by Hall. Flicking it with the wrist back to Ryan Mather for the back row attack.
So here's Chris Hall, one of the finer setters in USC history. Nacho brings that back. Lewin blocks West. Here's Hilling swinging away, and he does a good job of swiping that off the hands for the kill. And this first set pretty much chalked up to what we expected it would be so far, even to the first 18 points.
I can't imagine a lot of blowout sets like we saw in a few matches yesterday in these semifinals. I could always be wrong, but I expect everything to be tightly contentious and tightly battled.
Something we talked about yesterday, as that is off the tape and out of play. Point goes over to Texas. A 3-0 result possible in these semifinal rounds. A lopsided 3-0 result, I think, would catch everybody by surprise with just the strength of these 4 teams that remain.
Couldn't agree more, Ira.
They can leave it right side. Matt Hilling. And Langlois can't bring that back with the stab. So that's 2 kills for Matt. Matt Hilling has been one of those guys that you could say has been more of a Swiss Army knife for his team this year. He's played outside. He's played right side. He's been able to pick up the setting responsibilities when they try to bring in a front row blocker.
He really does whatever his team needs to, and he's a player, no matter who you bring in those other pin positions, you have to keep him on the court because he does so many good things. And you'll put him anywhere if you're Matt Prosser, and he has been.
And the one criticism you could have had for Matt in the past, particularly last year, was just, controlling his emotions out there on the court at times. This year, I mean, you've seen the maturity level go to a next level. And he'll just play on to the next point after getting shut down. Austin Mautatia with the block down.
Mautatia controlling that interaction at the net.
And 12-10 Texas leading here. They're the home team on the scoreboard. They go right back to Hilling, and that one will drop in off of the block. So Hilling quickly forgets the stuff, and that's so key at this level. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get blocked big. You're going to get blocked, and it's going to be on somebody else's highlight reel. And you got to forget about it quickly.
It's the great sign of a great and experienced player is rebounding after a play that you would want to forget about.
Awesome pass from Jake Langlois, and that allows Aguilar to put it away for the kill. 13-11 Texas.
Ryan Mather back to serve. Important noting, he did not play in yesterday's 3-0 sweep of the Puerto Rico Pythons. Nursing those legs, saving himself for this match today, and potentially, whatever match is tomorrow.
And Maroki with the follow through for the kill, and remains a 1-point set as Spencer Olivier drops back to serve for the second time. And they didn't need Ryan Mather yesterday. Almost maybe did in that third set, which went on and on and on and on, but you got to watch from the sideline and rest up for today. As that is an ace, Spencer Olivier unleashes. Olivier, who had 3 aces yesterday along with 13 kills in the victory over Team Freedom, now has 4 on championship weekend. Another quality serve, acing Jose Malero, and that's the second time this weekend now that Olivier has had back-to-back aces, so he's picking them up in bunches.
Olivier, without a doubt, one of the best newcomers to the league and certainly one of the best fresh out of college rookies to the league, making his impact known right away from the service line and from the net.
And now the Stunners on top, 3 points in a row. And Ryan Mather just a missile cross court. And we're all square at 14. And yeah, Olivier, you mentioned it, fresh out of college, second team All-American this past year at Long Beach State. As they got to the Final Four. National semifinals. Of course, UCLA and Hawaii, your final. That's a missile. Roberts able to keep it alive. Great play off balance. They go back to Jake Langlois, but Olivier's there. Corey Chavers off balance, couldn't connect. And the Tyrants with 2 in a row to reclaim the lead in a seesaw first set.
This is the type of volleyball we expect when we reach this semifinal portion of the season. The best of the best, given everything they have.
Mautatia to serve, left it short. All square at 15. So we will play one more point before taking a technical timeout. Grant Maroki is your server for Orange County. Malero, much better pass. Langlois swinging away for the kill. And as Jake Langlois puts it away, it's 16-15 in favor of Texas. Technical timeout on the court. Back for more here, game number 1 of our first semifinal here in Long Beach. Back here after the timeout on the court and after the kill by Jake Langlois, former USA volleyball product. It'll be Aguilar to serve. Tyrants up 1. Hilling, that was off of the head of Lewin. Mather brings it back, but it is preserved here by Texas. Great job by Mather giving up his body. And that is blocked out of bounds. Corey Chavers able to ignite the kill. Credit to Ryan Mather, went basically out the back door of this facility, taking out the Matadors sign a day after the Las Vegas Ramblers took the Matadors out of the playoffs.
And you appreciate the hustle, but he looks a little shaken up, and you got to wonder if that play is worth it, knowing the leg injury he is sort of battling with, if that's when you just sort of let go.
That's got to go over to Texas there. Chris Hall went up to set, and OC interfered with it. I saw that plain as day.
Yep, Stunner's going to try and argue that they were breaking the plane, or that Hall was breaking the plane, and that would have been a back row attack. But they're saying they interfered with the set, and actually he was front row during that interaction, so really no argument there.
Yeah, there's absolute interference with that, so the point over to Texas. But you appreciate, obviously, the Stunners being just as aggressive as they need to be to win this match. And once again, Matt Hilling showing his ability. The set was way too tight, however. Both blockers go up. He swipes it off them, able to tool them for the kill, and another side out and another tie.
And that craftiness, that experience, that comes from just playing tons of volleyball, international volleyball, learning different ways to score than just pounding the ball through the seam.
Here's Corey Chavers. Malero, great pass, laying out, and Lewin puts it down. Lucas Lewin out of Culver City, California, also played his collegiate volleyball at USC, and his team up 1. And you said it, listen, a lot of the kids watching this, the young men playing in high school and club around the country, want to just smash balls, have that highlight reel that has just bomb after bomb after bomb. And yeah, that might work if you're better than everybody at the youth level, but at some point when you get to the collegiate level, and particularly if you can fortunate enough to be the one of the lucky ones to get to the professional level, either here or internationally, that doesn't work anymore. Works a lot of the time. That can't be your only focus. As that is an ace for the OC Stunners for Nick West.
The Stunners early attacking Jose Malero in serve receive and winning quite a few battles.
Surprised that they're choosing to attack the All-Star Libero, the 2-time All-Star Libero, but it's working so far. As that one, however, goes long, but 3 aces in this opening set so far for the Stunners.
And a few of them off the arms of Malero.
Yesterday, in the victory over Team Freedom, the Stunners had 9 aces. 5 came in a very dominant first set victory over New Jersey. Langlois plays that. They leave it to Jake, and he sticks it back corner. Stunners are saying that was out, but, I mean, from our vantage point, Noah, I believe that was right on the back corner.
It looked like it caught that corner. Line judge had that call. Everyone on the Stunners sideline seemed to believe it was long, so Coach Matt Prosser is going to challenge, but I agree, Ira, from our vantage point, I thought it caught the line, caught that corner.
Well, we are going to instant replay. Again, those who are unfamiliar with the replay system at this level, each team gets 3 challenges that they can use at any point during the first 4 sets. If you win your challenge, you keep your challenge, and you remain having 3 in your bank. If you lose it, well, then you only got 2 or 1 remaining, depending on what point in the match you are. If we get to a 5th set, the 3 previous challenges go bye-bye, and you get 1 to use at your discretion in the 5th set.
And from what we've seen so far in the NVA the past 2 seasons, when your entire team comes to tell you to make the call, you make the challenge. Unfortunately for the Stunners, that was not the case. The entire Stunners team saw it wrong, and that ball was in.
They could have saved a lot of time just listening to their buddies Ira and Noah.
Well, they're not watching. They're playing.
We got to talk louder, I guess, like we did last night as that sails long. 2020, lousy year, but that's the score on the scoreboard, folks, here in game number 1 as Matt Hilling drops back to serve.
Lousy year, but a great game so far here in the first semifinal.
Went on a lot of walks in 2020 because not much else to do. That's off the court. Left for Aguilar. Reach out and stuff someone. Grant Maroki teaming up there with Tanner Woods, who checked in, number 4, to get the block, and the Stunners lead 21-20. Timeout on the floor, Texas Tyrants. Back for more here in our first semifinal. Back here live after the Tyrants timeout. Stunners lead by 1 late in game 1. Hall brings that back for Aguilar. Hilling, wow, able to run that one down and sent over. What a rally there for OC. Maroki with the stab at Chavers there, and then Olivier couldn't throw it down. Langlois, oh, Corey Chavers, what a defensive play. Ryan Mather, reach out and stuff someone. Olivier teaming there with Grant Maroki with the Long Beach Pyramid Scheme.
What a defensive effort. First, Matt Hilling chasing it all the way into the snack stand, bringing that ball back. Then Olivier and Chavers popping balls up, finishing it with the stuff. As well deserved a point of any for the Stunners.
One of the finest defensive sequences we have seen all season. Hilling's ball goes up over the hanging rafter I-beam, I guess you call it, and then sent back by Tanner Woods. Corey Chavers laying out, stepping it back on a ball that 9 times out of 10 will hit the floor, and then the emphatic stuff down.
And they were doing all that while they had a blocking sub in, no setter on the court.
Clip that and send it to Sports Center. That was incredible. Still, the side out to Texas. They're within 1 as Ryan Mather serves. Just missing as Wee Ding able to duck out of the way. And now it's a 2-point lead late. And the ball goes over to Spencer Olivier, who already has a pair of aces and an emphatic stuff down.
And just to note, Ira, Logan Zodovich has come on to set now for the Stunners in the back row.
Ryan Mather, too much firepower.
That ball is coming in hot.
Matches the temperature here at Long Beach City College. Not as hot as yesterday, but still, a lot more warm than we've expected. I mean, again, we started the season here in April. It was still relatively cool in California. May and June were very cool.
It's a hot late July day.
Grant Maroki, that comes in with some steam. And the OC Stunners have set point, 24-22. And the ball in the hands of Grant Maroki. He has found a home here in the middle on a team rich with middles. They leave it for Jake Langlois, and he misses wide, and game number 1, a good one, but in the bank account of the Orange County Stunners as they seek to reach the NVA Finals for the 4th year in a row. Game 1 in the books. Game 2 coming up next. Rejoin us here in Long Beach.
little bit as well, but just guys keep doing what they're doing. I like it.
Well, best of luck. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Haley, and a 1-1 score. What a dig there by Olivier as that ball came right back to him. And then Vikas Lewin with the stuff down for the Tyrants. Each team with 4 blocks thus far. Matt talked about the passing of his team. Well, Wee Ding is at a 67% clip right now. They've avoided him. He's only had 3 receptions after the first set. Corey Chavers took the bulk of the work with 10 passes. Still was able to complete it at a 50% rate. Not bad.
Corey Chavers just now with a beautiful, decisive roll shot, the waterfall shot, trickling over the block. One of the hardest things to get up and try and reach as a blocker. You can feel it going over your hands, and you're just on the way down. There's nothing you really can do about it.
Unless you're Gianluca Grasso and you have magic and can hang in the air, not too many people can do anything about that. And, well, now Corey Chavers can be added to the ace party. That's 5 aces for the Stunners. 2 by Spencer Olivier, 2 by Nick West, and 1 for Corey Chavers. Meanwhile, the Tyrants, no aces, 7 errors.
In volleyball, a simple game when you break it down, sort of like in the NFL where it's a turnover battle. It's a serve and pass battle. Whoever wins that will most likely win the match. And right now the Stunners are ahead in that category.
Jake Langlois, after 2 quality passes, able to tool the middle of the block and the kill. As Jake Langlois now with 4 kills in 7 swings. Through the first set, it was, you talk about the importance of Ryan Mather in the lineup. Quite frankly, just look at this. 6 kills, no errors, 8 swings. As that goes long by Olivier, just his 2nd error. First set for the Stunners, it was Matt Hilling leading the charge with 5 kills, no errors, in 7 swings.
Yeah, tremendous set by Hilling in that game number 1.
Graham Maroki not bad himself, 3 kills, 3 swings. They go to Matt Hilling with the killing.
That pass a little tight to the net, but a fantastic job by Roberts to get up there. Nick West running the 1 ball in the middle, creating separation and a 1-on-1 block for Hilling, who lets his will be known with the cross-court shot.
So here is Nick West, the perennial all-star and part-time NVA broadcast analyst, apparently, when you and I were not here at the last event. And that is stuffed back. Maroki and Hilling take the Texas Tyrants to Rejection City. Block number 5 for Orange County.
Matt Hilling playing well in every phase of the game, defensively, offensively, and with his block now.
Tanner Maxwell now out, setting for the Texas Tyrants. That's going to come over and out of play, and a free ball error gives the point to Texas.
And a miscommunication there on that 2nd ball contact. Nick West tried to take it. Roberts thought he had enough room to go grab it. Arms collided. Ball sent out of bounds.
Ryan Mather, last year played for the Las Vegas Ramblers, got a ring with them. Olivier with the pass. They go to Corey Chavers. Dynamite from the back row.
That one sent off the hand of Jose Malero into the crowd. Nearly as fast as it came off the hand.
So here is Hilling, his team leading by 1, both on the scoreboard and in the set column. Left that short. Six as number 6 serves Austin Matatia. Corey Chavers able to make a good pass out of that. They leave it for Matt Hilling, and he splits Matatia and Ryan Mather right in that seam.
He bounces back from the missed serve in the net with a back row attack kill, splitting the blockers, splitting the defenders, immediately making up for that error.
So Spencer Olivier, whose serve was on and off yesterday, so far 2 aces, no errors. And the announcer's jinx is alive and well.
Look what you did, Ira.
Sorry, Spencer. My bad, young man.
It's all right. I have a feeling he'll respond.
Here's Aguilard. Olivier with a good, clean pass. Corey Chavers swinging away. And then Jake Langlois, no look. Hilling just going to dump it over. They leave it for Jake Langlois, and that range we talk about so often with him. Not a set he could do much with, but he found a useful spot.
And Jake Langlois has such an arsenal of shots. He sometimes goes with the full speed, sometimes off speed, sometimes the swipe, and he displayed pretty much all of them in that one rally.
Ding with the pass. Corey Chavers swinging away. And he tools the block. And we're square again at 8.
Of note, Tanner Woods getting the setting hands in this set now for the Texas Tyrants.
Here's Grant Maroki, who's been getting the starting nod the last few matches over Shane Beamer, who's been an all-star himself for this Stunner squad, as he unleashes the ace.
Stunners doing a great job of attacking the seams and serve receive. Tyrants back line, they know their communication, who has what seam, who's got left, right, but Stunners making them think about it, and if you think too long, that serve is too fast, it's an ace before you know it.
6 ace for the Stunners. That's a better pass. And then Lewin swinging away, gets it past Maroki. And, I mean, we talk about just so many weapons for OC. I mean, they also have Kevin Gear on the bench in the middle. Wee Ding is doing a tremendous job all year at libero. They still have Dylan Shigakawa, who was, you could make an argument that the 2022 season, he was maybe the most efficient libero in the league. He was at least in that conversation.
He certainly came along strong in that 2022 season and is a very capable libero. Just sideline behind the greatness of Wee Ding.
A lot of teams would kill for the services of Shigakawa. That is some serious depth. You leave it for Langlois, and he plants it. Jake Langlois, his father Doug, came over before the match today, and he's been at, obviously, matches throughout the year, but came over and wanted to introduce himself and thank us for, obviously, the work we do in the broadcast. But it's also nice for us to put a face with the name of so many of these players' support systems. And his dad was a great athlete nonetheless himself. And his son, pretty good at stabbing at balls. Ding, laying out for that. And Chavers is going to poke that right to Jake. Who is it? Jake from State Farm. No, it's Jake Langlois. Burying it from the back row.
Jake from the Texas Tyrants doing so many different things on that long rally. Couple of tight sets on both sides, not really the most opportune swinging chances. He finally gets one in system, and he makes the most of it.
And quick answer from Corey Chavers. I think everyone thought that was going to Nick West, but no, Corey Chavers sliding in and pummeling it. And it is 11-11.
Corey Chavers, one of the highest flyers in the league, and I'd say probably the highest flyer with the best consistency to his swing.
I mean, Corey Chavers can touch 11, 12 feet. I mean,
keep going up.
Nick England's telling me to keep adding up, maybe 13.
I don't want to put a limit on how high he could touch.
Oh, and he could also lay out and do that. Malero laying out for the dig. Here's Ryan Mather with the roll, and he gets shut down. Another block. A little soft one there for the OC Stunners, but it counts nonetheless. They're 6th of the match, and they lead 12-11.
He tried to go soft off speed. They were camping on it, ready for it, hanging high, shutting it right down.
Second time he's been blocked. He has no unforced errors in this match. And a lead 1 for the OC Stunners. So in the Olympics, they have the pole vault. I think we put Corey in it. He doesn't need the pole. He can just do it without it.
We'll just take an approach and
just
jump
do the
over
vault.
it. I mean, they do have an event like that. It is called the high jump.
True. But it's kind of scary, though. You go over that bar backwards. As Tanner Maxwell can't preserve it. 3 in a row for the Stunners. And it's 13-11. Corey Chavers with big toss. And a bigger serve and another ace. 7th for the OC Stunners.
And another ace off the arms of Jose Malero. Not intimidated by the all-star prowess of Malero and attacking him in serve receive nearly every single time.
Everybody in the starting lineup for the Stunners now has an ace except for their setter. And we're barely halfway through game number 2.
Tyrants.
14-11 is the score. The Stunners trying to pull away, something that they couldn't do until very late in that first set.
Tyrants, meanwhile, want to slow this down right now.
Over on 1, right to Nick West. Back to Corey Chavers, and he buries it from the back row. You give a free ball, and outcomes are in question. It's 15-11. The Stunners have scored 5 in a row.
And that's what great service pressure can do besides just an ace. Gives them a free ball opportunity, have all their hitters at their disposal. Nick West comes and runs the 1 ball. Blockers commit. Corey Chavers out of the back row. No hands in sight in the line of the net. He's got free range, and he puts it away.
And Matt Prosser, his club comfortably in front. Moro Grosso, not as much, and he calls timeout. Texas down 4. More to come here in game 2. Back here in Long Beach, Ira Thor, Noah Chast, Haley Henderson. Nick England is our director-producer for this match. Matt Prosser, he's coaching. He's busy. His team is winning, though.
A man of all skills and many talents.
Better pass by Langlois, and Lewin burns a hole in the earth. Great set from Tanner Maxwell setting that up, and a coach's point there with the timeout.
Coach's point and a serve receive point. A tremendous pass there, setting up Lewin for the slam.
Just the second kill for Lewin. They leave it for Matt Hilling with the nifty roll shot for the winner.
This is something I mentioned a few times in yesterday's broadcast. When you know you have that middle blocker there playing defense, exploit them as much as you can. Hilling, well aware of that, rolls it over the block and knows Lewin can't get there as fast as maybe a Jose Malero could.
So a 4-point lead now for the Stunners. Here's Nick West serving away. Mather is there to clean it up, but the set's a little too tight. Not an ace, but good enough. And the Stunners lead by 5. And listen, for Texas last year, a disappointing finish to their season as they lost to the Ramblers and then finished 3rd, beating the Freedom. They brought in Ryan Mather to be that next. They needed one more weapon. They brought him in. Thought that would be enough, but the problem is everybody else also got better. And the San Diego Wild were born, which became another dangerous opponent as Mather misses there. So as teams like Texas gets better, they might be better, but other teams have gotten vastly better, sometimes even more than you have. And it's something with this roster management that is going to be perpetually something you have to watch as the NVA continues. And again, there's other teams too that are really good. We're seeing our top 4 right now. But you're building towards the future, but you don't know what everybody else is doing. I thought Ryan Mather's signing, that was going to be enough for Texas to be the champions this year. They got their work cut out for them just to get to the finals now. Here's Mather swinging deep, too long. I think he was going for the hands of Olivier there. Couldn't connect. And look at this. It was 11-10. The Texas Tyrants were in front, no more. 9 of the last 10 points belong to the OC Stunners, and they are running away with the second set.
Well, and that brings up a great point, Ira. When you bring in someone like a Ryan Mather who becomes that go-to guy, heavy football there by Nick West, he becomes that go-to guy. When he starts to compound errors, what do you then do as a team? Do you look to someone else, or do you try and feed your main man and get him to right the ship? Because before that foot fault by Nick West, that was 3 straight hitting errors or errors by Ryan Mather, the leader of this team.
As Mather goes to serve,
Gets
Nacho
lucky there.
Roberts got some snacks there. Langlois, I don't know if that was going to be in, but he had to play it. They leave it here for Hilling, and Mather can't bring it back. Matt Hilling with a perfect spot. And the lead remains 7. And we will have a substitute here at hands for the moment. Tanner Woods goes to the front row. Matt Hilling drops back to serve. He will take hands for this rotation.
Matt Hilling and or Hui Ding taking that second ball. No true setter on the floor right now.
Don't need one. When you could do that. Ace number 8 for the OC Stunners. And we said there wouldn't be any lopsided scores.
I was dead wrong.
Well, nobody saw this one coming. Timeout, Texas Tyrants, 21-13. Rejoin us in a moment for the conclusion of Game 2 in our first semifinal of Saturday. Back here courtside, and the OC Stunners with Game 2 seemingly in the bag. They already lead 1-0. As Hilling takes something off that Malero has to lay out for it. Mautautia ends the run, tooling the block.
And we saw this yesterday with the New Jersey Freedom. This Stunners team is so talented, such a strong serving and blocking team, that if you compound a couple errors on your side of the net, before you know it, you're down 4, 5, 6, 7 points.
So our picks before today's match, I had the Stunners, and I picked the Ramblers to beat the Wild.
As did I.
And I still, well, before the day began, thought the Ramblers were the team to beat to win the championship this year. But I don't know. Right now, OC is clicking on all cylinders, friends. And too close to the net there for Aguilar to have a clean play. And the lead, the largest of the match at 8 points.
I said to you yesterday, and I picked Freedom sort of as an upset pick, but I think the Stunners are the most complete team, and they are my favorite to win the championship. While the Ramblers are large and talented, what I see from the Stunners team on the court, the different versatile advantages they have, I think they're one of, if not the best team in this league.
And don't forget about how well coached they are with Matt Prosser. We got to give flowers to our guy. Big substitution here for Texas as they bring in Gianluca Grasso. And replacing Austin Mautautia for the first time. Gianluca had a great effort in the victory over the Pythons as he started and finished with 10 kills, only 2 errors, was a +7 for the match, and most importantly, passed at a 70% rate. So at this point, yeah, they had to take the young Austin Mautautia out. Just too many mistakes here.
Well, and I think what this is they're not even worried about this set at the moment. This is getting Gianluca Grasso warmed up for set number 3.
Exactly.
Getting him some reps, getting him in game speed so he can come in and make a difference in that third set.
And a better pass. They're allowed to ignite Ryan Mather as he puts down the kill. Now you nailed it. I mean, you can't really warm up. There's not an auxiliary gym here to get some reps in. Beach courts outside if you want to do that, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Might be cooler out there.
Might be. Tanner Maxwell serving. Great pass by Ding. And then Nick West got read there by Malero. Langlois blocked back as they dump it over. Little tight for Chavers, and still able to poke it off of the hands of Ryan Mather. And the OC Stunners have 8 set points as Chris Hall returns for Tanner Maxwell. We'll see a substitution here as Hilling comes back in for Logan Zodovich.
No true setter on the floor once again. Tanner Woods now in the back row. Most likely it'll be Ding taking that second ball, if not Hilling.
I mean, any of these guys can take the ball, which is a beautiful thing. They're all that versatile. Langlois used to play soccer, but can't bring that one back as the OC Stunners unleash the ace, and they win game number 2 convincingly, 25-16, and they are 1 set away from making their 4th straight appearance in the NVA Finals. Game 3 coming up next here in Long Beach. Stay with us for more. Set number 3 ready to go. Head coach Mauro Grasso's got some puzzles to solve.
He absolutely does. I mean, that was a tremendous win by the OC Stunners. We're going to listen now to Haley Henderson down with Coach Mauro Grasso on the court as this 3rd set gets started. Haley? Well, as we wait for Haley and Mauro to get set up, I mean, what stood out to you, Ira, about the way that 2nd set finished?
I mean, for me, not only did they take over the set, as the OC Stunners are well primed now to win this in 3. I mean, every facet of the game right now clicking on all cylinders. 10 aces, 6 different players with an ace after that finish by Tanner Woods, 6 blocks. They're hitting at a 50% rate. They're passing at a 61% rate, and they have not made a reception error yet.
It's a serve and pass game, Ira.
It really is a simple sport if you think about it. And believe now that we're into the match, unfortunately, Coach Grasso won't be available, maybe during a timeout. Corey Chavers, man, Jake Langlois went up a long way, and Corey Chavers hit it over him, off him, into the crowd, just generating this power. Corey Chavers, man, not somebody we get to interview on camera very often. He does his speaking out of there on the court.
He definitely does the speaking on the court. He always runs away from me whenever I try and do an interview with him, which, hey, you know, everybody's got their comfortability levels, and he is comfortable on the court. Maybe not comfortable with that serve toss right there. That one's going into the net, but he can do a lot of other things well, and we'll see it, I'm sure, throughout the rest of this match.
Corey Chavers, 8 kills, 3 aces so far. Matt Hilling, 9 kills and an ace.
And Nick West runs the back one ball as he's been doing all weekend long, and it gets almost lodged between Jake Langlois' fist and the ground, and he catches it between the floor and his hand.
Well, if this volleyball thing doesn't work out, could potentially be a goalkeeper.
Didn't go past him, but it certainly wasn't up.
2-2 as Nick West looks for the 11th ace for the Stunners. Gianluca Grasso reach out and stuff someone. Matt Hilling and Grant Maroki block number 7 for the Stunners. So many blocks today that, man, Langdon, our director, producer, who just took back over for Nick England's going to have some hearing loss. They leave it for Ryan Mather, who just puts down an exclamation mark. Texas needs a whole lot more exclamation marks if they want to see a chance to extend this match.
And I expect to see everything Ryan Mather has in this match. Not wanting to go out without a fight, and certainly not wanting to go down 3-0.
And a beautiful spot there. Spencer Olivier Lewin just couldn't, no lateral movement to adjust there.
Couldn't make the read, could not make the move in time. A well-placed shot by Olivier.
If you're curious, the Stunners have 2 losses this year. They have lost in 5. That was to the Puerto Rico Pythons in the regular season finale. But they have not been reverse swept. That's what it'll take to win this match. As that is a kill for Mather. And we're tied at 4. He'll serve. Again, the Tyrants' only loss came to the OC Stunners on June 23rd. That was only thing standing between them and matching the New Jersey Freedom 2022 team from becoming the second undefeated regular season team in NVA history. Only fitting that these teams meet again. So far it hasn't mattered. It's been the same result. And Spencer Olivier will serve. And that's going to be a 10-foot line violation on Langlois.
And a crucial error there for Langlois and the Tyrants. A well-drawn-up play off the shoulder of Hilling. Maybe would have been played out, but either way, violation.
Spencer Olivier hasn't factored tremendously into the offensive game today. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Chris Hall with the ollie, the center dump on 2.
Saving that for just the right moment. No one from the front row of the Stunners even up and ready for it.
With the left hand. As Gianluca Grasso just misses. I thought that was something you might want to take another look at, and yeah, Mauro Grasso will indeed challenge that. So that means Mike Mon, our director of officials, heads to the NVA replay booth here on the second level of Long Beach City College. Don't have an official sponsor for the replay booth yet, but that's an opportunity if you're out there.
Well, and one thing that Tyrants fans might be happy about is when that ball was served out, Corey Chavers signaled to his team initially going, yeah, guys, in, but then saw the out call was made, and he quickly switched his finger direction, went, no, it's out, it's out. So he thought it might have been in as well. Nick West was marking that very close, very close. So it's going to be a tight call, but an easy decision here.
Wow.
And it was out.
It was out, so that's now each team having lost a challenge, I believe, so each have 2 left. I actually thought that was in, so I would have lost that challenge myself.
I thought it was just long.
You're only saying that because I said the opposite.
Or because I already know the result.
Here's Jake Langlois. Graham Maroki able to keep that alive and brought back by Nacho. And then Corey Chavers snacking.
Just the off-kilter defense by everyone on this Stunners team, getting one-hand stab digs like they're on the beach right now, keeping balls alive. Nacho, the bump set out to the pin. Fantastic play all around for Orange County.
And Grasso, usually such a reliable passer, becomes yet another victim of this OC Stunners service game. They have been lights out. That is the 11th ace for Orange County.
Texas quickly down 4 points, down 2-0 in the match.
Better pass by Malero. Langlois, Remaroki gets a touch on it. And then Corey Chavers, with the nifty roll. Perfect spot.
Grant Maroki proving me wrong about that middle blocker defense, getting all sorts of touches in the back row for his Stunners.
10-5 lead for the Stunners. They've opened up quite a gap here in the third set. And after the Stunners played yesterday against a New Jersey team that took them to 4, it would be quite a surprise if this ends in 3.
If you're the Texas Tyrants, you need a point right now. You can't let this get any larger.
Hall able to make something out of nothing there. A pass a little too tight. He goes up. He had only really one option there. And he found a spot with it. Found a nice home.
And still a point you don't really feel great about, right? It was an off pass, a little tight. He made a play, and even then there was a miscommunication between West and Maroki as to who was going to pick that up. So play that the Stunners still could have had, so the Tyrants still need to clean up a lot of aspects of their game.
Dug up here by the Tyrants. Mark Grosso with the roll right to Nick West. They're going to go to Chavers, and he does it again. Useful spot.
Chavers now starting to pick on Ryan Mather's back row defense. A couple of plays in a row, tipping it high over the block, falling in front of Mather's feet.
(11-6) for Nacho Roberts to serve. Reach out and stuff someone. Nick West and Corey Chavers with the block on Mather, pushing the lead to 6. Timeout, Texas Tyrants. And the OC Stunners can begin to plant their flag. They are halfway home here in game number 3. More to come here in Long Beach. Back here courtside after the timeout, and Lewin, man, left that one short. He's been up and down in that spot this year, and this Texas Tyrant squad, as they will go to the bench here and bring in Joseph Grosh to replace Vikas Lewin. 2 years ago, they had the 2 biggest offseason acquisitions in Jose Malero and Jake Langlois. This year, they brought in Ryan Mather, so they've improved each year, trying to become a championship caliber team. If they go out here in 3 today, which it's starting to look like it's going to happen, and they're forced in that third place match again, all right, so you got to rebuild again going into 2024. The middle right now, clearly the spot where they need the most growth.
It might be the position they need to address. I mean, very capable middles they have on this roster, but we've seen the middle talent in this league, and sometimes very good might not be good enough when you're getting into these semifinal and final matches.
As that is a touch there, Grosh gets the kill. Yeah, good enough to get to the semifinals. Obviously, you have something you're working with here. Good enough to win a championship, though, no way, is a completely different conversation.
Especially going up against the likes of a Nick West, Grant Maroki, Matt Kanigi, Uchenna Ofoha. I mean, there's so many talented middles left at this stage of competition that you need that force to be strong. But, I mean, regardless, the middles have not been the issue today. It's been the serve receive and the service pressure by the Stunners.
That and the fact that they're getting stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey.
That, too, and that comes from service pressure.
Here is Corey Chavers. Ryan Mather swinging from the outside. He gets shut down. West and Hilling take him to Rejection City.
Not the best set there by Hall. A little bit too tight, not a lot of room to work with for Mather. Puts it right into the block and can't recycle it.
8th terminal block for the OC Stunners, just 4 for the Tyrants. 11 aces for the Stunners, none for the Tyrants. There's your match, folks, as that is long. There's really nothing else we need to look at to tell you the story of what's happening out here. Those two columns speak for themselves.
When you let up that many aces, that many serves, get you out of system, it's so hard to come back into a game and have any sort of rhythm. And then every mistake after that just seems to be piling on to the previous mistakes.
A rare bad service miscue there by Langlois. You saw him grimace. Again, one of the stars of the team, now trying to probably do too much, feeling that pressure. Big serve by Nick West. Joseph Grosh, maybe a late addition here. Probably going to be a little too late, but he's 2 for 2 on attack swings. The former BYU standout. Not as much of a standout as number 10, Jake Langlois, or some other former BYU grades in the gym, but still one of our top programs in NCAA Division I. There's a former Olympian standing about 10 feet to our right who probably goes down as one of the best ever from BYU.
One of the greatest just to ever do it.
Aguilar blocked back. Langlois to clean it up. Ryan Mather, but read well there by Hilling. That was a little gross there on the set. I would have called a ball handling there. They let it go, and the point goes over to the Stunners.
Yeah, and the set may have been gross, may not have been, but from Ryan Mather, you need a more aggressive swing. He decided to opt for the off speed, but it really was high looping in the middle of the court. Very easy to defend. Hilling picks it up, and Stunners side out.
As Hilling misses that long, maybe all comes out there in the wash, but yeah, that set was disgusting. Logan Zodovich in here for Hilling. He'll set. And it'll be Tanner Maxwell in for Chris Hall as Ryan Mather will serve. Olivier, Mather got caught too. I think that slid through his hands and might have caught him in the face. Spencer Olivier's first kill since very early in this match. But he's done everything else well, and they haven't needed it, quite frankly, because he served really well. He's got a couple ACs. He's passed at a 75% rate. Haven't needed him offensively, and he's got some blocks. Jake Langlois making a ding there in ding.
And a nice swing there by Langlois, but the body language and the energy pretty much sucked out of his Tyrant side of the court. 19-12 game, a 7-point differential, and very hard for them to even get any energy back. Oh, and Grant Maroki runs the 31 shoot ball and sends it straight down off the hands of the block. 20-12 now. Stunners lead. going for the 3-0 sweep here in the national finals.
So 8-point lead here. Grant Maroki to serve as the OC Stunners 5 away from the finals. Missing just long. Maroki already unleashed one ace today. Substitution here, and for the first time this weekend, we'll see Anthony Robinson. He'll come in for Aguilard as a server. Robinson hasn't played a ton this year. Now 31 years old. Nick West swinging away, run down by Grasso. Here's Jake Langlois, reach out and stuff someone. Tanner Woods and Nick West, 12th block.
Everyone's getting a piece of the pie here for the OC Stunners. Tanner Woods coming in as that blocking sub and doing his job to a T.
Correction, 9th block, 11 aces. That's 20 terminal points between the service and blocking game. I mean, that's just unheard of in a regular season match, let alone a 3-set semifinal. Over on 1, Grosh pushes it back. They leave it for Corey. Got to score 3-4 in a row here to give themselves a shot. That not going to help. So Corey Chavers, he's had a majestic effort. Something we see quite a bit from Corey Chavers this time of the year. He is a postseason performer for sure. Jake Langlois, Corey Chavers right there for the pass, and then Nick West dropping pots of coffee on the court.
Oh, Nick West, an over-the-shoulder sort of sidearm swing, still for the kill off the block. And Texas, they need to talk it over before their championship aspirations end in front of their eyes.
Final timeout. We'll take one as well. It's almost over here in semifinal number 1. Well, we know one thing for sure. 2 more points go the way of the Stunners. Matt Prosser will not be in the broadcast booth with us tomorrow in the finals. He'll be on the court trying to coach his team to a championship. Remember when we said, well, there won't be any lopsided scores here in the semifinal round? Don't listen to Noah and I.
Nope.
The OC Stunners have had other plans. Maybe quite stunning, pun intended.
And that's the thing about the talent level of these teams as Mather tools it off the block. We watch these teams all season long and we see what they're capable of, but some of them, like the Stunners, like the Ramblers, possibly the Wild, when it comes to that playoff time, they have another gear that maybe we haven't seen yet. And the Tyrants, they haven't been able to find that gear as a squad, but the Stunners surely are well.
And Grosh will serve. As Mauro Grasso, standing next to our down official Stephen Shepard, going to bring in Aguilard back for Robinson. As our referee Elvin Otley will blow the whistle, match point number 2. As the OC Stunners look to win this in under 75 minutes. They go to Hilling. Langlois with the dig. Langlois to try to save his team's season. That's blocked back. What a dig by Ding. Grasso there. They go back to Mather. And Ding sends it over with the great dig. Langlois from the back row, too long. And for the 4th year in a row, the Orange County Stunners will play for the NVA Championship. They advance to tomorrow's final, where they will take on either the Las Vegas Ramblers, Diego Wild, trying to be the new darlings at the ball. 25-22, 25-16, 25-16. Shocking, Noah. A absolutely lopsided blowout.
Not the match that we predicted, that I predicted. I thought it would be a little bit closer. And as I mentioned, this Tyrants team, a very good, very capable team. Jake Langlois, Ryan Mather, heavy hitters on the pins. But this Stunners team, they have that extra gear outside of Kevin gear, right? They have that extra playoff mode they can go into that shows the separation between maybe a team like them and a team like the Tyrants. And from what we saw from the Tyrants, we thought maybe they could have that. Maybe they had a little bit of that in them, and we would see it unlock here. Not the case.
Nah, the Stunners this time of year, they, as you appropriately said, they find a way to turn that volume up to another level that wakes up the neighbors and gets the cops called, because that is what the Stunners are doing right here. They just put on a performance that if they have anywhere near this tomorrow, they are going to be the champions of 2023 and pick up their second title in 3 years. Again, season's not over for the Texas Tyrants. If you get to the semifinal portion of this championship, you will play at least 2 more matches, so the Tyrants will play tomorrow against the loser of the Ramblers and the Wild for the third-place match. Tyrants last year did get the bronze medal. They beat New Jersey in that third-place matchup. So, again, not the result that they had been playing all year for. Just their second loss of the year, both coming at the hands of the Stunners. This is going to sting, absolutely, but they at least tomorrow we have a chance to play for some pride.
They have a chance to play for pride and for a medal, right? You leave the season, the weekend, with a bronze medal. That's better than nothing. But you have to be met with some frustration and disappointment, right? That's where they finished last year. And right now, they're on the outside looking in of a finals caliber team.
Taking a look down at the court, Haley Henderson is going to try to track down our man of the match interview. Now, we have a couple guys who that can be.
Yeah, it's
one of them is not always available for interview.